Hi there. Okay. Well, I apologize for the setup, but welcome to April's Look of the Month. I totally dropped my phone yesterday and cracked the screen, so I'm waiting for a new one. So I'm on my laptop, and it is what it is. You can see my messy office, whatever. But I'm here to show you a look I really love for springtime, and it's going to be stormy skies. So we've got moonstone, hazelnut, shadow, and granite there for my Mary Kay girls. And instead of granite today, I'm going to show you how to use our liquid eye color. And this one is Meteor Shower, and it's so pretty. And but if you've got, obviously we don't have samples of that. So if you've got your packet of samples, you'll have the granite, and you'll just put the granite where I put my Meteor Shower. So I'll walk you through that. But first thing is first, my name's Amy Diedmeyer. Thanks for joining me. I've got a few different brushes here today because we definitely want to have a variety of brushes. Some people love to use their fingers. That's okay. I find that using brushes is the best way to get a great application. And the fluffier your brush is, the less condensed that color is going to look. So you'll find like I'm going to start with my very fluffy brush to just give a little bit of color. And then when I want some really intense color, I'm going to use a more stacked bristles um, to give a more intense look. Okay, so I've got our blending brush. I've got our smudger brush. I've got our all over eye color brush. And then I've got our crease brush. And then I've also got, I may or may not use our cream eye color concealer brush. I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do. So first thing is first, and I'm going to start with the hazelnut. Okay. And I know, again, I'm sorry about the lighting. It's not great. But this is like a real just neutral, light colored brown. Okay. So I'm going to start with our blending brush for that color. And I'm just really going to get that into the crease of my eye. And when I say the crease, you want to find that part right above your eyelid or your eyeball. And you're going to put it right in there. You can see when I open my eye, I'm sitting above my eyeball. Now I've got a lot of space between my lashes and my brow. You might not have that much, and that's okay. But you're just going to put it in that spot, and you can even get it on the top of your lid just a little bit. So whether you have a lot of space or a little, you definitely want to leave a little bit of white here. We don't want to take it clear up to the brow, just leaving a little space, and you'll see when I do that. Last little tip, well, probably not the last, but last one before we get started. Wherever you put your brush down, the most product falls. So try to start working on the outside of your eye in rather than setting your brush down here in the center or the middle or the inner. Work it from the outside in because you want the most brush or most product out here. So that's where you're going to put your brush. And I know I said last tip, but I just thought of this one. You actually want to make sure when you're applying eye color that you're turning your head to the side. Because if I just put my eye color on, I'm probably going to stop right about here. But when I turn, I've still got a little bit left because you want to put your shadow out to that spot. Okay. So again, starting with that hazelnut in the crease. You can circle it, you can swoosh it, you can pat it. Kind of depends what you want to do. I forgot. I also pulled it down here onto my outer lid just a little bit too. This lighting is so bad. I'm really sorry. Okay. My ring light is broken, so I can't break it down. it's a thing. Okay. But hopefully you can still see the color placement as I work. I do a lot of padding with our Chroma Fusion colors just because I feel like they apply a little bit better. I already have all my primers and everything on, and I'm just ready to go. Okay, you can see it did not come all the way up to my brow. There's still that section in between. Okay, next, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the crease brush. So this is a little bit more stacked bristles. You can see it is angled. So I'm going to use the whole thing. It's a little bit more intense here, a little fluffier here. And I'm going to take that third color, that shadow. Okay, so it's just a deep gray color. And I'm going to work that. I'm going to put that on the outside of my eye, starting out here, right? Because that's where the most product is. I'm going to bring it along my lash line about halfway in. Then I'm going to come into my crease, starting at the outer corner, and get that put into my crease right there. Okay. So I've got a little V. Then I'm going to fill that in. So with this first color, I came in about 3/4 of the way. This one I'm coming in about halfway. It's just in my crease a little bit. Then I'm going to come back to that fluffy brush and I'm just going to work those together just to kind of give that a good transition. And I'll bring it down here and I'm kind of pulling it this way, okay, just to soften that line up. It's way easier in the mirror than the camera. Okay, let's repeat on this side. Okay, so I got it along my lash line. I'm coming back into the crease and then filling it in. And then back to my brush. And now I haven't cleaned this off or anything. It's still got that brown on it. And I'm just going to work that together. If you wanted, you could re-dip into your brown to kind of help smooth that out. So we're just trying to blend those together really nicely. Okay. So like if you ever watch a storm, everything's kind of blending together and there are times that you can see specific clouds, but a lot of times everything's moving really quickly. My broken phone is ringing. That's interesting. Anyway, so you can kind of see all of the clouds just kind of forming together and making that stormy feel. So I apologize. I can't even click on the screen to shut that off. It won't even let me power off my phone. It's just, I can't see the screen at all. So I apologize for that. Okay. Now, next, I'm going to go in with the Meteor Shower liquid eye color. And the reason I wanted to use one of these is I get a lot of questions about how do you use them. So you can actually, there's a little spongy applicator on the end of it. So you can use that to apply. You can use your finger or you can use that brush. Now, if you don't have granite or if you don't have this, you're going to use your granite, which is that fourth color. So this is a really, again, terrible lighting, but this is a really, it's a shimmery gray brown. So it's really, really pretty to adapt to anything that you're wearing, basically. So you're going to put that exactly where I'm going to put my meteor shower. And basically, I'm just going right back over that, that shadow that we just did. Okay. And I'll see what I decide to do. So I'm just going to put that over top because I'm giving some dimension to that shadow. I feel like I named this Stormy Skies because I thought that was a fun name because there's so much dimension in storms. So I just kind of worked this around with the tip because I wanted a little bit more intense coloring. Okay. Again, you can soften it with your finger or with a cream eye color brush. Now mine has been used before. So sorry, I have a hair that just keeps itching my nose. So if this is a new color for you, if you have one of the liquid colors and you're just now starting to crack it open, using the applicator without wiping it off might be a lot. So make sure you kind of just apply a little at a time. So again, you're just going to put your granite right over top of that shadow that you already did. And I kind of lighten the pressure as I come into the middle here to give it less intensity. Okay. Really, really pretty. I wish I had good lighting and you could see this color. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to use our all over eye color brush and going into that moonstone color. And it's going to end up on this outer corner that we have not yet touched. Okay. So this outer half to 2/3 kind of just depends. If you have a bigger, more prominent eye like I do, you can get away with most of half of it. And if you have smaller eyes, you might have brought your others in a little bit further. And so you just have this little inner corner, and either one is fine. Okay. So you do this in the camera. Then I'm also going to pop it in here in this inner corner. Now, if you've got wide set eyes, which means that there's more than one eye width in between, you don't need to pop lightness in this corner. This helps your eyes to look more awake, more symmetrical in your face. Okay, if you have close set eyes, you definitely want to pop it in there. If you just have a standard eye, you get to decide. I know that sometimes there's lightness in a storm and sometimes there isn't, but I really felt like I didn't want to do just totally dark on my eyes. So that's why I popped the moonstone in. And the moonstone's kind of a creamy tan color. So, oh, it's so gorgeous. Okay. Then lastly, because it is stormy skies and we got to smoke it up a little bit, I feel like I am going to come back and I'm going to take this smudger brush. So it's much more stacked bristles. It's not very bendy. It's got a little bit of like a tip on it. And I'm going to pop into that granite and I'm going to come right underneath my lashes down here. You don't want to come up onto your waterline. You want to come underneath your lashes. Okay. And I forgot to grab my used granite instead of the new one. All right. I can't do it in the camera. Too small of a space. So this just kind of smokes it up a little bit more, makes it more of a stormy look. You can leave this part out if you want. Sometimes I do this underneath and sometimes I don't. Honestly, generally depends on what kind of a look I'm going for. If it's more of a smoky look, I'll do the under eye a little bit. If it's not, I typically just do mascara on the bottom and let it go. Okay. I love it so much. Okay. I think it's even. Looks good from here. And now I'm just going to end with my mascara and I'll be all done. So I hope that you liked this look. I'm again apologize about the setting, the lighting. I'm looking for a new ring light. So hopefully I can find one of those too. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything specific that you'd love to see, whether it's a look or a technique, or if you have any cosmetic questions. And just drop them down below and I'll be sure to answer them. And make sure you hit the follow button so you get notified each time I go live, generally about once a month, sometimes 2 times, just kind of depends on what I feel like. So thanks so much for joining. I hope that you really like this look. Send me a picture. I would love to see it because it's such a beautiful look. Okay, bye.